Hello and welcome. We are with Rekhy, CEO at KPMG. Thank you so much for joining us. Why is IFRS so exciting?
See, IFRS is a global accounting standard which has been accepted by all global investors and by different countries all over the world. India was following their own Indian accounting standards.
Right.
This resulted in Indian companies getting actually discounted. When foreign investors came in, they discounted it for the accounts we adopted. But with this first step, which is Ind AS, which is very close to IFRS,
Right.
I think we have moved one step forward. And I think this is what is making exciting. We're getting one step closer to good corporate governance, good standards of accounts, which are close to international, and also puts Indian companies on par with global companies to some extent.
How does this change things from the investor's point of view?
The investor will now look at the financial statements with more trust, with more respect. And I think this will help Indians who are actually looking for foreign investments, even Indian investors, because now that we are following standards which are almost global. And one other important point is because they are doing fair-based mark-to-market valuation,
Right.
it is making the accounts look much more real than what were historical accounts earlier.
What are the three big challenges that India faces as it is ushering in this new era of convergence?
So now the announcement has been made. So that's the first step. It has been taken with a great positive move. But once these standards get notified, I think the challenge will come because people will realize it's not as easy as it looks. That's the first challenge. Second would be the regulatory changes you need in tax, both direct and indirect tax, to bring those changes in. Third, corporates will need a huge amount of change in terms of the accounting system, in terms of processes, systems, IT systems, and also training the people. It's just not the chartered accountants that need to be trained, but it's the vast majority of accountants. You know, the entire accounts and finance staff will need to be trained on this. So this is going to be, this needs, actually if you ask me, the skills ministry, which you're talking of skilling in India, which is a challenge, I think we need to bring out one for accounting. And this should be like a mission which the government should partner with the Institute of Chartered Accountants and actually launch it in a very different way than what is being done now.
How different will our financial reporting be from, say, other countries that are following the IFRS?
They will be different to the extent the carve-outs are there, but the carve-outs are always, you see, whenever you're going in for something new, you cannot go from one extreme to the other extreme.
Right.
So I think the carve-out in a way is a step in that direction, because please understand, a lot of these companies are listed. It'll have an impact on their income, it'll have an impact on the sales that they are showing, it will have an income on their liabilities, etc. So carve-outs to some extent is a stepping stone in that direction. But the way I would look at it, the government should try to put a time frame.
Okay.
They should say that the carve-outs are valid for the next 5 years, and then people need to follow it if you want to go for full IFRS.
From a cost perspective, how do you think Indian companies should view IFRS, and are they viewing it from that perspective?
At the moment, I think people are not seriously looked at it from that time. When the first time IFRS was to come in 2011, at that time people were looking at it and they were saying that is a cost of compliance.
That's right.
But please understand that this is just not the only cost. There is the internal control on financial reporting, which has come in, the Companies Act governance, and IFRS now coming in. I think this is going to add a huge burden in terms of cost, because there will be a big initial cost in terms of training, in terms of systems, processes. Actually, nobody's actually sat down and understood not only the cost but also the time that will take.
So how soon do you think that this reality will actually hit the companies?
It will hit once the standards are announced. And once the standard is announced, they know it's around the corner and they'll look at it from there.
All right, so thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you very much.